So we have a bread basket right here. There's still eggs coming, a tapioca.
This is a papaya marmalade.
We have a long journey ahead of us. It's just us here.
How cool is this? They serve ice cream on this ferry boat.
If this water is any indication, it's going to be beautiful.
We're taking off. It's going pretty fast.
We're here. We have no filter here, guys. This is Mother Nature. Good morning, guys, from Salvador. We are leaving.
We're all packed and ready to go, and we are heading to a more quiet, remote place called Boipeba.
We've heard a lot of great things about this place. We have, I think, a bus to catch, a taxi, a ferry, a boat. It seems like it's going to take all day to get there, and a lot of modes of transportation. It's not easy to get to, but usually the best places that are worth it are the ones that are hard to get to. So let's hope that's the case for this one. People always ask what we travel with, so if you're interested in seeing what this bag is and what this day bag is, then it's all linked below. All of our travel gear between Lindsay and I, they're all linked below on Amazon. If you're interested in any of it, even the small things and clothing and things like that. This is the nomadic and this is the douchebag, but to find out more, look at the links below. This is just her mom's right now.
This is just an old suitcase that I didn't care about. We have some really cool luggage coming that we're going to use on our next trip. We'll show you that, but for now, this is not linked on Amazon. You could find this anywhere.
For example, this purse she wears every day.
Great for Brazil, safe, and
this leather bag. Alright, that's about it. Let's go get breakfast. There's nobody out right now. This is nice. It's always nice to get up somewhat early in the morning. No people out. Just us. We saw this hotel the other day. It looks like they have a nice breakfast. So we're gonna try to get some coffee and breakfast there. Have a little nice experience.
we're always trying to have one nice experience in each city, so here's ours.
By nice, we mean like higher budget, not like other things aren't nice. First class service. It's okay?
Yeah, we can Thank you.
Enjoy your meal.
They just gave us the option of orange juice or watermelon juice. We usually always have orange juice, so we went with this.
That is natural, just watermelon straight out of the melon. No artificial sweeteners, no sugars. Okay, we just got one breakfast because I was just gonna get coffee, but so far it is a lot. So we have a bread basket right here, which comes with pão de queijo, as well as different types of bread. We have the watermelon juice, yogurt, ham and cheese, a couple cheeses here, granola, what is this?
Butter.
Butter, a cake or two, a chocolate one, it looks like a plantain, or whatever you call it in Brazil, and like a fruit spread, like a jam, I'm guessing.
Marmalade.
Fruit. And then after this, there are still eggs coming, a tapioca, and an omelet. And coffee.
Coffee and milk.
And that whole thing costs $12, so that is pretty good for one person. Wow.
So this is a first. This is a papaya marmalade. It's good. It has a nice mild flavor. We got some coffee con leche. I have a feeling we're going to be stuffed after this breakfast.
Pão de queijo, my favorite. We just arrived at the ferry terminal, São Joaquim, and we have to take a ferry. First, we have a long journey ahead of us. Let's go.
Todo dia, R$6,70. Também aceitamos cartões.
Bom despacho.
So we're getting 2 tickets for Bom Despacho. That's our first leg of the journey. And they leave every hour.
How much is it?
It's 7 each, I believe.
$1.50 each, 7 real.
They give you a couple of these cards. There's something about Brazil where they use these cards a lot. Sometimes when you go to bus stations, you have to use these cards to get out. Everyone's getting ready for the beach.
Correct.
You got it? We're through. Now we have to board the ferry.
So here's the ferry terminal. Look at this, almost no one here. And all these X's where you can't sit. Nobody. It's just us here. Hey, look at this. Wow. Here's our boat. Cool, you know what? Looks like it's a maracuja ice cream.
How cool is this? They serve ice cream on this ferry boat.
A mobile canister of ice cream on a ferry. Look at that.
Keeps the ice cream in this canister.
From the looks of it and the change, it's 4 real, so that's less than $1. There's a couple of scoops in there. So we had maracuja and cocoa.
Let's give this ice cream a try.
Creamy. Hey, that's pretty good.
Ooh, that's really good.
Hey, that's better than some ice cream places we've been to. Not bad. And we love the maracuja flavor.
So far it's been a good ferry ride. This is about an hour long to get to the next destination.
First leg of the journey is done.
So now we have to head to the bus station to get a bus to Valencia, which will be about 2 hours.
We still have a couple hours to go, but if this water is any indication, it's going to be beautiful in Boipeba. Look at that.
Ah, what is this?
Oh, this is the banana leaf. You think we found the bus station? It looks like a bunch of those mini vans that you take and share with people.
We're guessing this is it. There are a ton of them, so we're going to try to find one that we can share with people to get to Valencia. Since this was a little difficult to figure out how to get the bus or the taxi or the van, there are a bunch of different options here. It looks like this is where you go to get the bus.
Don't go past. You don't want to go past the point of this, or else you're going to get a ton of people trying to sell you a private taxi and they won't take no for an answer. And they'll follow you all over.
Okay, we're gonna grab a drink and tell you about our experience here.
So right when we got off the ferry, we thought we knew what we were doing. We followed where most people were going, which seemed to be past the small, tiny little bus station and onto an area where they had a bunch of vans that you can share with people. So we made the mistake of following the crowd and headed towards that area.
A lot of people were getting on these vans. They're vans that probably hold 10 or 12 people, something like that. So it looked like kind of like a colectivo, the vans that you take with a bunch of people, because we heard you can take a taxi for 200 real, or like a van or a bus or something for 30 real, which is a lot cheaper. And we figured, hey, if it's like a colectivo, you're splitting the price among all these people. So that was probably the way to go. Everyone was going, but they did it quickly and then everyone was gone. And we were left with about 50 people trying to get us onto their vans or taxis.
They were actually like fighting over us. Like I saw two grown men yelling at each other because one person was trying to get a sale from me and taking it away from the other guy. They were following us. We couldn't really get away. We kept asking where the bus station was. No one would tell us because they just wanted to sell us a taxi. So it was pretty stressful for about a half hour. We didn't really know where to purchase the bus ticket. So after being followed around for about 30 minutes and trying to be convinced to take a taxi, we kept saying no, we held firm, and someone finally said, fine, I'll take you to go show you where the bus tickets are that you can purchase. And still on the way, he was still trying to sell the taxi.
They all knew where the buses were the whole time, but it took us 20 minutes of them following us around. They wouldn't stop, they wouldn't leave us alone. One guy followed me into the bathroom, almost into the stall of the bathroom. And
the thing is, when you don't know what you're doing, you get flustered, they see that, and so you just want to take a break and get collected, but they don't give you a chance to do that because they're just constantly trying to sell you things. So taxi is an option if you go to this island, but it's going to be quadruple the price and it's going to take half the time it would for the bus, but
which is good.
Yeah, but we feel like it's safer and cheaper to do the bus.
So here we are. We paid 30 for the bus like we had wanted to, and now we're waiting for the bus.
30 real.
Yeah. We have to wait about an hour to get this bus, but that's okay. We'd rather be safe than sorry taking a random taxi who was following us around for half an hour. So.
And there's no other tourists here, so otherwise maybe we would split the cost of the taxi with other tourists, but we don't want to be alone. We made it. It's always a relief when you get to where you want to be on this bus for the next 2 hours. Just arriving to Valenza, and then we need to catch a speedboat that takes us to the actual island of Boipeba.
But to get to the port for the speedboat, we have to find a taxi, which takes 5 minutes. This is not easy.
This has been a long day of just getting to the place we're trying to go to. There's been 2 steps so far and still 2 to go. Stay tuned.
I can... Alright, we got our taxi. Easy as pie. It's 20 real. So $4 to get to the port.
$4 for a 3-minute ride. It's a good thing we found a taxi right away because the last speedboat to Boipeba leaves at 4 p.m. and it's about 3:30. So we got lucky.
We're not in the clear yet. Let's hope this goes well.
This is the in-betweens of travel right here. All day to get to Boipeba.
So we're getting the speedboat now, which takes about an hour, and it costs 45 real each, which is about $9 each. Most expensive part of the trip?
It's been a long day. We're just hoping we make it there for a nice dinner, and then we will give you a tour of our Airbnb.
We're in. This might be it.
This is where you wait.
Here it is. We're here. Now we gotta figure out where our Airbnb is. And there's no service here.
The island looks pretty small, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Wow, look at all these cute little places. Nice hat. Backwards. So all around Brazil, you see these things called pousadas, which are little inns where you can stay and they have breakfast. Hi, baby. Some day beds to hang out on. Got a lot of space here.
We just arrived to our pousada and we are pretty happy with it.
Took us 5 hours to get here, but it is 100% worth it. We are in paradise. And here's our Airbnb. So first of all, we have this cute patio deck that has a hammock all to ourselves, 2 chairs, and then the room. The room's pretty basic, but that's really all we need. Cute decorations, very minimal. Looks like we have a double-sized bed and there's bunk beds here. We don't have kids, but if we did, or if we had friends with us, this would be nice. TV.
Mini fridge.
The view from our window.
Cool. Pretty rustic jungle vibes.
Then we have the bathroom. Pretty standard. Got a mosaic mirror right there. Nice touch.
Very plain, white, clean.
I'd say we did pretty well for ourselves on this one. We are paying about $60 for 3 nights, so $20 each night. That's pretty good. We are right next to the beach and this room is pretty cool.
So we are starving from our whole trip here. The boat, the other boat, the
Two
boat,
boats,
the
2
motorboat.
taxis. And now
All
we're
of
here
that.
and we're gonna go eat.
We need to eat. So we're gonna go to the beach, hopefully have something with a nice view, and yeah.
And then we'll be all rested up for tomorrow. It's gonna be a cool day.
Actually, let's show you our yard really quick. The yard of the pousada, which I think typically you would have a lot of people out here hanging out, lounging, but nobody is here. This is like our own yard right now. This looks like a bar or something. Look at this yard. Mangoes. I had no idea mango trees were this huge. Part of the reason we booked this place is because of these places over here, these little beds that people sit on. Wow. Mosquito netting.
This is paradise. You don't need anything more than this. So we're here for 3 nights. Probably wish it would have been longer, but we'll see.
Our first sunset.
We made it just in time. Wow.
We have no filter here, guys. This is Mother Nature giving us a gift.
I'm so in love with this place already. Seriously. It's so beautiful.
And the beaches, there are some people on them, but not many. Look, it's almost silent out there. That's great.
So because it's so beautiful, we intentionally picked a restaurant where we could sit on the beach. This is gonna be our table for the night. As close to the beach as you can pretty much get.
So we just ordered our dinner and the sun is going down. awesome sunset, but as it goes down, it's gonna get very dark, so we won't be able to film our dinner for you, unfortunately. So we'll be seeing you tomorrow.
But if you want to know what we ordered, I ordered a burger, omelet, french fries, and 2 cocoa gelatos. We haven't eaten since breakfast, so we're starving. We're excited to explore more of the lesser known Brazil and see what that's like.
So we will show you more of, where are we? Where are we again?
I'm brain dead. Boipeba.
Okay. So we will show you more of Boipeba tomorrow, and I have a feeling we have a lot of great things to see.
Good night.